A very good Thursday, folks. Welcome back. Selamat datang. Come. Why? Because we are back. Mio Adlan here together with you on this glorious Thursday afternoon for another edition of Hot Issue. What's for lunch by ACTnow. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hope you guys are, gearing up. Yelah, tak sabar nak pergi makan lunch kan. Aku nak makan apa? Aku nak makan nasi cekanda ke? Aku nak makan ayam goreng ke? Aku nak makan ikan siakap kayangan dari Langkawi, whatever it is that you want to eat, whatever it is that you want to go, we do hope that you guys are all geared up to have your lunch later on. But before we let you go, before kita melepaskan anda untuk menjamu selera, thank you so much for joining us here on Hot Issue What's for Lunch, because why, on this show, as always, we are here to share with you guys all of the hottest issues, whatever it is that's happening all around Malaysia that inadvertently will impact our daily lives as well on the issues that we bring out. So and also a special thanks to everyone who are here together with us, who are watching us right now. Thank you so much. You guys are the best awesome human beings out there, and don't forget to make sure you like and share this video as well, because why, we know that your friends and family as well will enjoy our rant. Why do I say our? Is because I'm never alone in this. I'm always with a partner on this. Well, on today's episode at least, we have together, as always, the bright, the knowledgeable, the guy who always tells a lot of things, sometimes overly informative juga kadang-kadang, Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin.
Hi.
Hey.
How you been? I'm very sleepy. I tell you.
Melvin Lam pagi ni, dia tengah hari ni dia tak on lagi engine ni, because why, dia very good. He's going through his intermittent fasting, very disciplined, very diligent. Good on you. How many days have you gone through already?
How many days? I can't afford now to go through kopitiam.
Ada.
Gone up so high.
Aduh. Sakit. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we want to talk about today. Because why? That's why I dah cakap tadi at the start of the show, before you guys nak pergi makan kat luar tu, you're thinking about whatever it is that you want to eat. But Melvin, it is true right now. Let's jump straight to the first topic, because we have a lot to talk about. This topic is that apparently it is not that easy anymore, or should I say it's not that cheap anymore to actually eat outside, because harga-harga barang, actually inside and outside to be honest, harga-harga barang sekarang dah naik macam menggila dah, as per reported in the papers lately. It's getting higher and higher. What the heck is going on?
It's the same. It's very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on here, Melvin? Apa cerita ni?
Right, it is. I mean, the price has gone up. I mean, as we mentioned, we spoke last few days, people now are not worried about COVID-19, they're worrying about financial, and this now come in, our basic day-to-day foods also has to increase. So it's actually making worse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We kind of like, understand the logic behind it, but it is something that we are so scared about because we understand how inflation works. For instance, benda ini yang mempengaruhi harga barang dan sebagainya, year in and year out. I ingat lagi, Melvin, that time bila harga roti canai boleh naik extra 10 sen 20 sen sebab harga tepung untuk 10 kilo naik 10 sen. That was the whole fiasco dulu dengan harga gula
That one
juga.
is very,
Remember
I
that
forgot,
happened?
One kilo or 1 kilo of tepung, let's say increase 10 cents. How many 1 kg of tepung? How many roti canai can you make?
Exactly. Itu yang
to increase 10 cents. I bought one store. Just okay. Since we have time, this stores I buy soya bean. Right? I would say almost every day, and I do not take sugar. Sugar free. Say, charge me $1 fine. Sugar free. I don't even ask for the so-called, I don't know, sugar. Give me 10 cents, 90 cents. No, you sell 10 cents with sugar. Without sugar, it means $1. I buy $1. When that was an increase of sugar, something like 20-30 cents per kilo, he increased me 20 cents. I say, boss, yeah. Yes, I know it's been advertised the sugar increased 20-30 cents per kilo, but until today, when I buy from you almost every day, no sugar. How do you satisfy me to increase me 20 cents per bottle?
Where's the logic in that, Melvin? Where is the logic in that?
When I buy $1 per bottle was sugar, no sugar. I mean, I don't argue, no. Okay, it's me. I don't want sugar, so I pay the same price. When there's the price increase, yes, you increase your those who want sugar, but I still maintain no sugar.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
a kilo of 30 cents increase. How many bottles can you serve?
Exactly. I mean, it's getting out of hand here because as per reported in the newspaper recently, certain beverage prices have actually gone up 10 to 20 cents in some coffee shops because it has been also reported the prices of condensed and evaporated milk, sugar, and plastic bags has increased, thus raising their operation costs and forcing them to increase prices in a tandem. Contohnya, a carton of 48 cans of condensed milk, kalau siapa yang lepak mamak order teh tarik yang tak boleh tutup, used to cost about 100 ringgit, but now it costs 110 ringgit. And some food in some premises, like economy rice, we're not talking about business class or first class, economy rice, shredded chicken kway teow and chicken rice has also gone up between 20 to 50%. The reason being, as per reported by these sellers, they say that because they need to do that, they need to up their business. If not, they would lose out and they won't be able to conduct their business anymore. This should not be called economy rice anymore, ma. Ini dah tak betul.
Rice is just a convenient. Should not call economy rice. It's called convenience rice because you don't need to cook. But of course, if it's satisfied, yes, I do my morning shopping every day. I do notes of the current monsoon rainy seasons. The veggie has increased, but those are like imported veggie. They have increased too. And then let's take look at the scenario of those kopitiam. A carton of 48 cans has actually increased by 10 ringgit. All right. I don't know where sugar has increased, but then please satisfy those why you increase 10 to 20 cents. I always tell them, can you have two pricing, with sugar or without sugar? That is something they should have this. Those, I mean, I save on your sugar, but I'm paying the same price. Like me, I rather go on no sugar. Like even go teh tarik, I say tak mau manis. Even tak mau manis is still very manis because the utensil they use is the same. When they pour the leftover is still very sweet.
Yeah, basically. I mean, like sometimes when you order these kind of drinks, it's actually gula tambah teh tau. Dia bukan teh tambah gula. It's actually gula tambah teh.
I want teh cow, not sugar cow, gula cow.
Exactly. And what we want to show the audiences as what you mentioned about vegetable prices, it has also been reported by Harian Metro over. Look at this screen. Look at this screen. I mean, like, It is just so ridiculous, and these are true facts. These are
It's true
reported
facts.
as
It's true
well as
facts.
real thing that is happening in wet markets, in dry markets, in supermarkets, all the markets, semua market you sebut lah, semua ada. Harga-harga ni is being established right now. Harga kobis. We're talking about cauliflower. Cauliflower has gone up from RM7 up to RM16. And tell me about your broccoli story. You told me just
Yeah,
now.
my broccoli story. This is from I think we extract this from Berita Harian Metro. It's
Yep.
stated here RM20. Sorry, I need to correct that because yesterday, 2 weeks ago, I bought is RM20 a kilo. Yesterday I asked, yesterday morning, it's RM25 a kilo. All right, and I ordered spring onions for this weekend cooking. All right, for a recipe, I asked for half a kati. I say it's still half a kati. Of means equivalent to about 300 grams of spring onions. The lady tell me it's very expensive and it's not nice. Do you still want it? I say I have no choice. Because it's a recipe I need to follow. I need the spring onion. And in my markets, morning market, they don't sell for last week or so spring onion. I say why the reason? Say it's too expensive. My customer might complain that the price is too expensive. That's why they rather not take it and sell.
Macam kalau kita tengok dekat gambar ni, a lot of the items, especially the imported ones, those are the ones who are which are actually getting much more expensive. Kacang boncis daripada RM8 jadi 15. Kacang boncis je, Melvin. We're not talking about truffle or certain kind of mushrooms ke. Ini kacang boncis boleh naik from 8 to 15. Kacang merah from chili merah from 13 to 19 ringgit. Chili hijau 10 to 14 ringgit. These are just numbers which are just getting more and more ridiculous when it comes to it. Macam mana orang nak hidup sihat tak makan sayur?
I tell you what, this probably half of those veggies in these screens are imported. A lot of chilies are from Vietnam, Thailand. Right? They should not be that expensive. A lot of gobis are from, even gobis bunga, from China. Broccoli, I think, is also imported as well.
Yep.
So why do we have to pay? Because our local rainy seasons, the imported veggie price also increase. You go to Sampan there and take, it's why I don't understand.
One thing I want to ask you, Melvin. Sorry, one thing I want to ask you. Monsoon season in Malaysia, this just didn't happen this year. Monsoon season has been around for decades, and even before we were born, we knew monsoon season will always come about. Why is it right now that they're blaming on the monsoon season, hence why the price hike? Last year pun ada monsoon season, the year before pun ada monsoon season, freaking 20-30 years ago pun ada monsoon season.
I don't know, but first of all, if it's true, if it's monsoon seasons affected, but I don't know why imported veggie is affected. Is it because of the tax went up?
Yeah.
Right. Or the demand is too great that people, the so-called, those intermediate people increase the price. But a few days ago, I told off a lady, which I support her every year. Then Chinese New Year coming, we buy all the homemade cookies and all these things. So I told her, okay, I've been buying from her for years, and this price, I said, it has a price increase. And she said, yes, increase. I say, well, I've not heard of any substantial increase. Is it because you lost your revenue for the last 18 months, you want to recover back? I said, if that is the thinking, us, like consumers, that's what reported, we will support less. Let's say I buy 2 cans of biscuits or from you, normally I would just reduce to 1 can.
Yeah. That is actually, again, we need to be understanding over here. We understand, we truly understand that the pandemic has hit us in more ways than one in regards of financial effects. Because yelah, sebelum ni tak dapat nak jual barang you tak dapat nak buat profit, and now sekarang sebab dah buka, ekonomi dah buka, you're trying to catch up, you're trying to double up because you nak cover balik your losses before. We understand that you face losses, but people out there, sellers out there, vendors out there, they also need to understand that people like us, the consumers, the buyers, kita pun dulu sakit juga, kita pun dulu tak ada juga income, kita pun dulu tertekan juga. If you expect us to buy multiple and help you out because of the pandemic, who's going to help us then? Takkanlah I
Yes.
sayang je yang nak tolong.
I say, yeah. I rindu. I kepala pusing.
That's why. No, that's the thing I don't understand. I mean, like the knock-on effect, the domino effect that can happen because at the end of the day, orang yang menjual sayur tu juga, the ones who are raising up the price, they still have to buy sugar, they still have to buy daging, they still have to buy all the other stuff for their family. And how are they even able to support that as well? Kalau it would be a never-ending cycle, Melvin.
You see, as supported by the Consumer Association of Penang, the president says that for the past 2 weeks, some of the prices of veggie has increased to almost 200%. And then, for example, broccoli has increased 150%, beans has increased 88%, cabbage 50%, red chili 46%, and green chili 40%. You know? So the hike of this, and then of course the farmers say also there's also a hike of 200% in fertilizers and pesticide costs. I don't know how far it's true. If there's a hike or so, I think government can actually afford to subsidize this because if our nation is rich, everyone have a high per capita income. I guess this is something not so concerned. But at this time of hardship, those I think government can help, please assist those imported yes, we need fertilizer, we need pesticides. Please probably can subsidize or have less taxations on this item.
Yeah.
You know, for tax-free, even tax-free won't matter. For this period, so that because we have less income right now, cost of living has increased, and it will cost more mental victims. You can see our suicide rates will be jumping up again. Already jump up already, probably double, triple.
Yeah, and to end on this particular topic, we just hope that like KPD and HEP together, with the vendors, with the sellers, with the wholesalers, whoever it is yang bercocok tanam kat rumah tu kan, please come to a consensus and try to work out a plan that is fair for everyone. We know that everybody is suffering from the pandemic. We know that everybody is facing financial difficulties right now, but you need to be fair across all fronts because anything that you do, naik 10 sen ke, naik RM1 ke, naik RM10 ke, it affects everyone down the line as well. Itu je yang kita nak harapkan. Yeah.
Before we jump to the next articles, I just want to advise those smart politicians to ask us to taman sayur ternak ayam di belakang rumah.
Yep. I would love to see your apartment penuh dengan sawi, penuh dengan kobis, penuh dengan ayam, dengan itik, dengan kambing.
All running around my living room.
Maybe agriculture is the way to go. Maybe, farming is the way to go right now. Tak payah nak kerja dekat KLCC, tak payah nak kerja using all these things. Maybe, petani is the way to go right now. Maybe that's where the money is.
I didn't highlight this as a snippet, but this is actually reported yesterday. Was the minister of this consumer and all these things actually denied that he say to encourage people to makan itik because ayam price is increased, but he say no, this is a fake statement.
It has been reported as a fake news. So tolong tengok apa yang kat luar sana, jangan percaya bulat-bulat. He has actually come out and actually admitted that it was a fake news. Somebody an irresponsible person actually reported that fake news. So tolong percaya kepada benda. Percaya pada Mio dengan Melvin. We tell the truth.
Yes.
Even though how hard it is, we tell the truth. Moving on to the second subject. Yes, again, tadi kita dah highlight dah about financial status. Orang nak makan sayur susah because sayur pun dah harga mahal. One of the things that we want to talk about right now is also about the financial state is because the government, Malaysia sekarang, it has been reported that a total of more than 500,000 loanees, 500,000 of borrowers of the National Higher Education Fund Corporation ataupun nama glamournya PTPTN masih lagi tak bayar hutang diorang kepada kerajaan on the loans that they have actually took up to further their studies previously. So this is what we're going to be discussing about. Debt kepada kerajaan. At the end of the day, they are borrowers. Diorang memang bertanggungjawab untuk bayar balik hutang tu. But we want to go further than this. Melvin, your opinion? Yeah.
Luckily, PTPTN is not alum.
Yeah. Imagine kalau PTN Along kan banyak all the houses in Malaysia will be all red color way. Seriously, semua rumah color merah. After that, seriously. But this is actually not a laughing matter because again, education is very important and the government has supplied ataupun telah memberikan kelonggaran ataupun telah memberikan pembiayaan to to take care or to pay for your education as long as you pay the government back. So that's how loan works. That's how education loan works. But what we want to talk about here is that should we always still stay in this kind of environment, or should we actually push for a free education at least for the at least for the UIA pula apa ni university tempatan at least, Melvin, university awam,
Yes,
IPTA.
you
Go.
see, it's quite alarming. We can, I mean, every year we have students borrowing for their studies. It says here that more than 2.4 million borrowers, their loans amount to almost 24.6 billion ringgit. 24.6 billion ringgit out of from 2.4 borrowers. What I could suggest, I think you will agree, is that Malaysia will build more international public universities. Those have, University Malaysia, I think, has a very good ranking worldwide every year. But let's say we imagine we have many of those universities tempatan, the public universities. Then it would, I think we can build that and have expertise. Good teacher lecturers to come in to teach. It's equivalent to 24.6 billion. How many universities can you build? That's a lot.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Right.
So instead of sending them overseas or what it is, probably unless it's a specialized so-called
field,
that you can't have it locally. Then you send the students overseas, who are those brilliant, send them for Harvard or whatever, Cambridge, because they are brilliant, they deserve to be there, But then for local one, if it's so good that they would want to stay back to study, So a lot of universities, I hope that not only the current one, the education ministry should look into more or expand more campus, get brilliant lecturers, even get them from overseas to teach in Malaysia. To start off with, let's say, there's a shortage of teachers, lecturers. Why not we hire them? The government hires them, and then at those one stage, I think years back, we have a lot of foreigners, doctor, working in even public university. Hospital, because we have shortage at that time. In my condo, because it's near a hospital, I see a lot of foreigner doctor staying in my condo. So likewise, if we have shortage of good lecturers and all this in this respective field, hire them, teach in Malaysia.
That's definitely something that's definitely something something that we can look forward to, something that we can envision how Malaysia should be moving forward in actually having more competent, more world-class public universities out there. Reason why we want to highlight public universities, again, I've actually spoken to Melvin off air. I was blessed enough. I was lucky enough to actually been offered a full scholarship to study abroad. And the great part about my time was when I went to Germany, when I studied in Germany, I went to a public university there. I didn't go to, private universities in Germany. I went to a public university where, the Malaysian government, JPA to be specific, was paying for my education. But the best part was the university that I attended, same across all the public universities in Germany at least, they didn't have any tuition fees. All they had was an admission fee of 200 euros per semester. That means for 1 year of education, 2 semesters, I only had to pay 400 euros, which is about 2,000 ringgit. And that was it. So it goes to show that obviously, if we're comparing Germany and Malaysia, though it's basically apples and oranges. We are never close to Germany in regards of the the levels, the financial status, so on and so forth. But that is a country that we should aspire to become moving forward, because the fact that German government is even letting foreigners like myself getting free education like that. So Malaysia should be looking into this, right?
Yes, definitely. We have been, I mean, this subject of PDPDN borrowers is nothing new. I think nothing has moved progressively forward, I would say.
Yeah.
It's sad to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah, no, it's not always that you get Melvin speechless actually, but one thing that we want to tell as well, one thing that we want to inform you guys out there, I mean, it's only fair. I mean, like, at least my opinion, at least, I don't know what about Melvin's, but my opinion, at least, if you are a borrower of PTPTN, please do not run away. Please langsaikan hutang anda. Pay your debt back to the PTPTN, because again, they have paid for your education, so you need to pay back. Because why? Banyak sangat discounts yang dah diberikan. Like budget 2022, it has been reported that you get a 10% discount if you do direct salary deduction. Even before that, borrowers will receive another 15% discount if you make a full settlement out of your outstanding loans. 12% discount of payments if at least 50% of the outstanding balance in a single payment. Banyak sangat diskaun, macam 11-11 pula, macam Christmas sale, macam raya sale lah pula sekarang.
Well, this one I can comment. I think I will ask the government, just take it as write-off.
You think Malaysia can write off? Malaysia mana ada duit? They cannot write off.
That, I don't think that they can smell the money back.
You think they cannot lah?
Yeah, unless you commissions along or money so-called debt collector. The government engage debt collectors to get back the money. Otherwise, please, I don't think. I mean, we hope that the government get back, because the government get back is all our money anyway.
Yeah, basically, it is the taxpayers' money. Yeah, PTPTN, just to give you guys a heads up, PTPTN sebenarnya duit rakyat tau. Duit I, duit Melvin yang mana kita bayar tax setiap tahun, duit mak bapak you yang bayar cukai, duit adik-beradik kita bayar cukai tau.
I could walk up to someone, say, who have this borrower, hey, I give you, I finance you for your studies.
Exactly. Kau belajar duit mak bapak aku tau, duit aku tau yang bagi kau belajar tau. You know, to be that harsh. Maybe they just need a bit of a bit more motivation moving forward. But yeah, that's the end of topic number 2. Talking about PTPTN, we do hope that all this fiasco can move along. And again, it is your responsibility when you sign on the dotted line. Tolonglah bayar balik. Itu je lah. Kerajaan, kita nak makan sayur ni, kita nak makan brokoli ni. Kalau you tak bayar balik, kita tak boleh makan brokoli.
Okay? Lalang pun tak ada.
That's fine. All right, to end our show, as always, we want to bring out what has been going on the superb and awesome, magical ACTnow mobile community app and how it has served the community. And this time around, we want to bring a very scary picture sebenarnya. It's actually quite a bit of a spooky scenario. If you look at this, dia macam gelap dan dia macam sengit. Marvin, ini kita nampak pokok ni macam condong, macam nak menyembah ke bumi ni. What is up and how has ACTnow mobile app has actually been used in this?
When I saw this issue that from the user, I thought it's a little bit eerie, at these hours with the street light and Bangkok leading now. It's actually reported this. It was reported recently. You see, this during the rainy season. This pine trees is a pine tree. It's it's almost like any strong wind, it might be broken, it might fall and hurt someone. It's very kind of this user. I mean, he cares for his communities. He doesn't want anyone to be hurt. So the authorities came, the landscape departments, and found this tree. Because surprising, that is law. Or even those outside your house, when you plant any trees, the owner of the house has to take care.
The owner of the tree, the guy who planted it lah, basically.
Yeah, they don't cut it immediately. So what they did, that they gave a notice to that to the owner of that unit next to it. Please trim it down within a period, a time period.
Yeah.
Just trim it down. Otherwise, they will compound the house owner, and the authorities will charge them. They'll send their own people to trim the tree.
Yeah.
So If you go to Olok Taman, a lot of people like to make use of this area outside their house. They tanam pokok lah, fruit trees lah,
Yeah.
and we have received a number of complaints because these trees grow, and it actually sometimes overgrown the street lights, or even to the TMB, the wire, the TM.
Yeah.
So it's quite dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. In fact, so we have received a number of such reports. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have such cases around in your neighborhood, please report to ACTnow. We'll get it highlighted to the authorities and get it done.
Yeah.
It might be also, it might be yourself. That's actually you're planting trees or fruit trees. That please trim it because it might cause dangers.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
yourself or to other people as well.
And that's what we wanted to highlight actually. Yes, the usage of the ACTnow mobile community app is not just to report about potholes. It's not just to report about, danger that's happening, in regards of that, cars being towed away, and whatnot. It also, because again, this tree is part of the community. It's part of your surrounding areas, and you have concerns about its safety and the safety of others as well. Hence why this app, the ACTnow mobile community app, is so useful for you to lodge such reports, because why we would then forward it to the responsible parties, to the agencies involved, for them to take action and for them to give advice on how to move forward. Awesome stuff with the ACTnow mobile community app. Don't forget to download the app. Don't forget to check out the app and play around with it, because it can do wonders. All right, that's all for now.
Sorry.
Ada lagi. Okay, you nak jawab sendiri. Okay.
Do not play with the ad. We have received also people treating their toes, the food, and send out, because those don't play with. Use it wisely.
Yeah. Well, when I say play, I mean like play with responsibility. That's what I meant. Okay. Jangan tangkap gambar neighbors you cakap, now I don't like my neighbor. This is his picture. So please report to the minister. Don't do that. Itu kami tak buat. We don't do that. Please be a responsible citizen, just for the sake of community moving forward. That's the best part about the app. All right. Habis dah topik kita hari ni. Very insightful topic, very interesting topic, but definitely tomorrow there's a lot more that we want to discuss. We'll be back tomorrow. Melvin, definitely, right?
Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
All right. Cheers, Melvin. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, guys, that was Melvin together with myself, as always, talking to you about the hottest issues, whatever that's happening in Malaysia. And sometimes we do touch things that's happening abroad as well. Yeah, we like to go international too sometimes. All right, hope you guys have a great time. Hope you guys enjoy your lunch. And kalau nasi tu rasa mahal, apa nak buat? Kerja lebih lah. Buatlah overtime. Dapat duit lebih sikit nak beli broccoli. I sedih. Mio Adlan here signing out. Take care, guys. Have fun. Bye.